This video is part 1 of a new series I'm doing called Mecha Mondays, where every Monday, unless we're not super busy, me and a friend, or friends, will sit down and talk about our favourite things that have robots in them. This first episode is me and my friend Dave, ranking our favourite Power Rangers seasons, with increasingly thin reasonings behind our choices when it comes to the later ones we're not as familiar with. This is just a bit of fun, so if you're listening, please don't get too annoyed if you disagree with our rankings. Because our original recording was about 2 hours long, I'm going to split this into about 3 or so episodes, but I'll most likely upload the full version at a later date for your own listening pleasure. Once again, thank you so much for the views and subs I've received from my previous videos, which just motivates me to make even more content. Now, on to the ranking. I'm here with Dave, also known as Hodgeworth. Say hello, Dave.
Hi. They also call me Suave Stade in some circles.
They do,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, a person I've never met before.
Nice to meet you, stranger.
Both of us are
Power
big...
stranger.
Both of us are big fans of Power Rangers, of course. We've liked it since we were kids. But we've both watched, it seems, different entries of varying amounts, wouldn't you say?
I started with Mighty Morphin, and I ended on SPD, and I have not seen anything past that apart from was it Show Sentai Jetman?
Oh yes, Jetman.
Sentai.
Yeah. We'll get to that. We'll get to that.
We will.
We'll get to that when we're explaining the tiers. I started with, I want to say In Space, because I had the visuals as a kid, and then I went back and watched some of the older ones, and I have seen up to Operation Overdrive, and I've seen bits of Megaforce. I've seen bits of them all, so it's like I kind of have a gist of the ones I haven't seen fully. So
what was the latest one? The dinosaur one with the aliens?
Dino Fury, which I've heard is I've seen bits of it, and it's actually really good, especially compared to what came before.
Yeah, like you showed me like 1 or 2 episodes, and I was like, I don't know how to feel about this.
Yeah, I like the guy with the antennas, Zato. He's cool. Also, the Gold
They make a Red Ranger black again. And he's a fucking alien, of course.
Have you seen the Gold Ranger?
You go against black humans. What you said?
Have you seen the Gold Ranger's haircut in that show?
No, I haven't.
It's fucking, like, I can beep swears out if I need to. The Gold Ranger's haircut in that show is bloody wild. Like, I respect it. Like, he looks a bit like a pineapple, but a cool pineapple.
Gold Ranger haircut, Dino Fury.
Yeah.
Google that.
The Gold Ranger's haircut's awesome. And he wears a cool jacket as well. I love it. He's covered in drip, like.
He actually be fresh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah. I dig it.
I like, he looks awesome. I have no idea what he's like as a character, but just going by haircut. We can want to use that when we come to Dino Fury, I guess. I've never seen the show, but this guy do be pretty.
I can barely remember
fresh,
anything I've watched. So I'm going to be doing this based on superficial stuff, like a fleeting memory of like a drop kick or Power Rangers drip or something like that, or meme potential.
Yeah, I just want to mention that this list is based on some things we actually have. We can back up our opinions with the fact that we've watched these shows, but our reasonings for some of these rankings are literally going to be like the most tenuous reasons possible. Like, oh, I had a t-shirt with this character on it when I was a baby and I thought it was cool. Therefore it belongs
Literally
in...
just vibes.
Yeah!
Sometimes you're going to be like, this guy had a really cool theme song in a Japanese version of the show.
I know exactly what you're on about, and I have other reasons to think that show is good. Unless you're on about something different. But we'll get there.
Yeah.
So yeah, apologies if any hardcore fans watching this disagree with our picks, because...
I do not apologise for anything.
Well, yeah. I mean, I don't know if people are going to watch this, because my channel's still small, but, we'll get there. Okay, so let's explain the tiers. First, we've got More Phenomenal, meaning best of the best, with a nice picture of Sky doing his creepy smile.
Exquisite.
Best of the best. Like, stuff you would actually recommend to someone who doesn't watch Power Rangers and go, yes, this show is good. Yeah, we'll get there. Second tier, almost as good as Jetman. Do you want to explain this one, Dave?
Oh, well, me and Sean have recently watched Jetman, the Sentai. I think it was last year, wasn't it? Or the year before that?
I think it was last year, yeah.
Yeah, and it was actually really good. It held up really well. And honestly, in my opinion, it's better than all of these Power Rangers shows. Because it was really raw and really heartfelt and really mature at times, despite being aimed at kids. And I was like, yeah, that's really cool. I dig it.
Do you want to swap tier 1 and 2? Fuck it. Let's swap tier 1 and 2. Just while we're here.
Alright, that's cool. That's really damning to like Power Rangers.
Nah, because I mean, we still like Power Rangers, but you know, Jetman's Jetman. Yeah, it's not quite Jetman. It's not Radiguet.
Oh, fucking Sith Lightning had the girl that loved him.
Radiguet was like, oh god, what am I doing? Radiguet was like,
I think they let that guy onto a children's TV show. Like, it was too much.
Yeah, like that part where he like kills that woman who's just nursed him back to health. Like, what was up with that?
It's murdered in cold blood. They didn't need to go that far.
Yeah, I really can't be asked to like redraw these like boxes, so I'm just gonna YOLO it. Almost. Fuck, I can't spell today. Almost as good as Jetman.
Oh man, you're giving like your audience like more content right now.
Yeah, almost as good as Jetman, right? Okay, so so almost as good as Jetman is now the best tier. These are shows that are good, but not quite as good as Jetman. That's fair.
Yes.
Morphinonimal, which I can't speak today, which I'm not even sure if I spelt properly, but Morphinonimal. Oh shit. Oh well, that
you definitely spelled that wrong. Actually, I'm not sure.
It's not a real word, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's true.
Tier 3, which is kind of also so Morphinominal is like the pretty good kind of way. It's good, but I wouldn't necessarily recommend it as someone who doesn't watch Power Rangers. A fan would like it, but I wouldn't tell my mum to watch it or something. So tier 3, which is the meh kind of tier, which is like meh, yeah, it's alright, but meh.
Very bland.
Yeah, very bland, which is why it's called Lucas tier, the most nothing character ever. I mean, I know there are nothing characters in this franchise, but I feel like Lucas, in comparison to the other members of that team, really just yeah,
he's unseasoned.
Yeah, he's like the I don't know. He's like the ketchup of Power Rangers. Like, it's like, yeah,
I like ketchup.
I like it as well, but it's not very exotic or interesting, is it? It's just ketchup.
Ketchup has its purpose, like Lucas does. When he gets thrown into like a catwalk at the speed of light.
Yeah, and I guess
I should have killed him.
And I guess he humanizes Nadira a bit, with with that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Yeah, true.
And the final tier, which is ooze, which is just generally nasty stuff that you want to avoid. You know.
Yeah, it's like mayo.
Ugh, I hate mayo. Oh god, I hate it. Gross.
Was that picture of Zordon?
Yeah.
It's counterintuitive, but okay.
Well, the way I say he's in that tier because of Ivan Ooze. So
true.
He's in that state because of Ivan Ooze, and that's the kind of face you'd pull after seeing some of these shows. So
yeah, nothing but facts. Physically ages you.
Yeah. Let me write this down. MMPR. Do you want to do MMPR into 3 seasons, or lump them in together as one? Because
my guy, I cannot remember which season's which.
Because I feel like the seasons do go up and down with like I personally think season 2 is the best. I think. Wait, no.
Is season 1 the one that has like the Green Ranger saga?
Yes. Which is iconic. Also, Rip JDF, I have to say. Rip.
Yeah, Rip
JDF.
I'm pressing F to pay respects right now.
Yeah.
Love real. Rest in peace to a real one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, MMPR. I was not a kid, You know what? Let's just do MPR as one then, because
Alright, cool.
This list is already like tenuous enough, so I don't want to splinter it too much. MMPR. I'll go first, and then I guess you can go, and then we can kind of talk about just mints and stuff.
Okay.
Mighty Morphin Mints and Rangers. As I said, I started with In Space and then retroactively watched MMPR afterwards, so I don't really have any nostalgia for it, but I acknowledge it's, you gotta respect it for starting the franchise, of course. And in a way, its simplicity kind of helps it, because it's not too worried with like a massive overarching story or complicated plots. It's extremely episodic, which could either be taken as a positive or a negative. So whether or not you prefer a dramatic, like serialized thing, or more, Monster of the Week business, is up to interpretation. Of course, Ron Wasserman's music, I think, is actually fucking awesome. Especially the insert songs. Oh my god, the insert songs! Like, dropping them after In Space, I think, was a bloody criminal mistake. Like, what do you think?
Yeah, I agree. Like, that Tengu song, that goes hard.
Yeah, and I will win and combat. Oh, great stuff.
That was beautiful. Yeah, I got a lot of nostalgia for it. It was the first one I watched.
Yeah.
I had like bed sheets that was like Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Nice.
I remember like literally went to like a mall Santa or something, just gave me like a Billy action figure, triple leg.
It
was good. I remember it had like some strong moments. Like everyone remembers like Tommy.
Yeah.
It's like the ultimate 90s kid moment where he just like chucked the Kamehameha.
Yeah.
And he just
hijacks the Zords.
Yeah. Just punches them all out. Classic
yeah,
stuff, man.
And I swear, like, it's like a Mandela effect, but wasn't there some part where he grew giant and fought the Megazord hand to hand? Or did I imagine that?
No, he did. Like Rita made him grow as well.
Crazy. Yeah,
you don't see that these days.
No.
I see.
What do you think of the Zords?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I feel like they're iconic, but that's only because like obviously we've seen that first. Well, I would have seen that first.
Yeah.
Like, they seem kind of vanilla now, but to be fair, most of the Zords do follow the same template as well.
Yeah, like the first Megazord is generally like the Megazord in terms of like the public eye and stuff, and it is a cool design. But do we attribute that to Zyuranger, or do we attribute it to MMPR? Like, could we put it as a plus for MMPR when it belongs to something else?
We'd have to start making the argument for all of these series.
Yeah,
some things are pretty similar.
Okay,
especially a few of the good ones.
Yeah. Okay, so let's include Zords in reasons for why an American series could be good then.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah, Megazord was cool. First one to be called a Megazord as well.
Yeah.
I do not believe they are called Megazords in the Sentai, but I could be wrong.
They might have started using the word Zord in some of the other ones, just like, oh, this is the Magi-Zord or whatever. But I'm not sure. What about the?
I could be wrong. I don't know.
What about the rest of the team after Tommy? Like.
After Tommy? Okay.
Yeah. Well, like not after. I mean like the rest of them that aren't Tommy. Like, what do you think of them?
The silence is deafening. All right. So might as well like talk about the black and yellow elephants in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that was very much a product of their time. I highly doubt it was a coincidence, no matter how much the producers or anyone behind the scenes says elsewise.
Especially because when Adam and Aisha came on, they swapped those around.
Yeah, those specific races were swapped.
Yeah.
So that was definitely premeditated.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't mind. Like, Black Power Ranger sounds really cool. White Power Ranger, not so much, despite him being really cool.
What about the Black Power Ranger? Are you in support of that, Dave?
Yes.
Fair. It's a shame there was no like Black Panther Ranger back in the 90s. I would.
Yeah.
Do you reckon you wear a bit?
There should be one actually. They should make one. But, yeah. I like Billy. Billy's
my favorite.
I don't know. I quite liked Jason back in the day, but I think everyone liked Jason because Jason was Jason. Until they liked Tommy because Tommy was Tommy. He was the designated leader / cool guy.
I actually like Rocky more than Jason, but it's not for good reasons. It's just the fact that Jason was kind of this like cool alpha, cool karate guy, where Rocky was kind of pathetic sometimes.
Oh, so he was the underdog.
Yeah,
he was more compelling.
Yeah, like no offense to Steve Cardenas because it was probably direction. I think Steve's great, but something about Rocky just seemed kind of like weak to me. It was almost intentionally to make Tommy seem cooler, I think. I think so.
Honestly, cannot remember anything Rocky has said.
There was
ever.
There was an episode where he got addicted to pachinkos. There was that.
Pachinkos? Like specifically pachinkos?
Yeah, he gets addicted to pachinkos. Like, there's an entire episode dedicated to it.
Where is Angel Grove? Is it like in California or something?
I think it was specified as being in California, yeah. I think.
It does give me like West Coast vibes.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Like Kimberly. Kimberly's cool.
Kimberly's cool. Trini as well. Rip Trini. I've did that.
I can't remember much about her. I want to say, like, I think I might be conflating my feelings for Trini with her actress because everyone said like no one had any bad things to say about her.
Yeah. And she was just kind of there to interpret Billy's like techno babble and stuff. So yeah. Yeah, I don't think Trini was that memorable. And of course you got Adam, Johnny Young Bosch, iconic now. But retroactively, was Adam that interesting? I liked him.
I'm not sure if I liked Adam. I think I might just like Johnny Young Bosch more than I like the idea.
Yeah.
Johnny Young Bosch being a Power Ranger more than anything.
And then Aisha.
I do remember he had that one line in a movie about
being a frog.
He was disappointed about being a frog.
Did you know? Did you know that Johnny actually that line was actually Johnny's idea?
I can see that.
I was watching the behind the scenes documentary of the making of the movie, and it was his idea for the director. And at first,
was it like the princess lady or whatever giving him that power?
Yeah, princess.
Was she like
it was like Dulcia.
Was she macking on him? Isn't he like an underage like boy in that?
Well, I mean, they're like 30-year-olds pretending to be like 16 or whatever, so it's in a grey area.
I suppose.
I think, is that it? I mean, we got Aisha as well, but she was okay. Karen Ashley, maybe a bit of a scammer, depending on if your interpretation of that Kickstarter thing she did for The Order, which, by the way, I recommend watching the trailer for if you haven't seen it. But as a ranger, she was fine.
Was that the Australian one?
No, that was Kat. My queen. No, how could I forget Kat? Yeah, Kat. Very, very cute. Very, very beautiful lady. I remember she was a cat under Rita's spell, and then she became good, and she was cute, and I
do not recall this at all.
And she's still very nice to look at as well, in like a pretty.
I'm really just going off vibe to this one. Not gonna lie. Yeah, if it was me, I'd probably put it more phenomenal. It might just be nostalgia talking, but like,
yeah,
good. I imagine if I were to watch it now, it would still have its charm.
Yeah.
Very memorable. You remember when there was like Twitch watches Power Rangers?
Yeah.
Incredible.
And
that's like elevated everything for me.
So before we move on, I just want to say, the Zord battle when they fight Rito and the full version of the theme song plays in with both verses. Yes.
Yeah, that goes hard.
Oh, that goes hard. Okay, so now we're on Zeo, which I've actually watched all the way through. What do you remember of Zeo, Dave?
Theme song.
Go Zeo! Yeah, theme song goes hard.
I actually like that theme song more than the original, not gonna lie.
Whoa!
I also remember the Gold Ranger had the best grip. That is like probably like the top 5.
Yeah.
That's so drippy. The ice, so cool. My man's got like gold everywhere. He looks like a pharaoh.
Yeah, and
I wish he was Billy. In fact, because he wasn't Billy, I'm putting this in my Lucas tier.
fair. Right. Well. The thing is that we're gonna have to agree on these because we're both ranking these. So,
yeah, just go for a middle ground between our two takes.
Yeah. So, when the Gold Ranger went back to being Trey of Triforia, you know how he's played by like 3 triplets.
Yeah.
All three of them like go to like Comic Cons together and stuff, and like I'm pretty sure they've all got like matching tattoos and stuff on their face. Like those tattoos are actually real, I think. Which
Really?
is yeah.
Wow.
Zeo.
I don't know why, but like Power Rangers just seems to attract like all these kind of freaky actors and stuff.
Oh, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
In this video, we're not gonna like base Ninja Storm based on like.
Oh, we will.
Outside stuff.
Well, this video's probably going to be like an hour or so long. Like, what do you think of the Zeo suits? I'm not 100% sold on them. I don't like them that much.
I like them.
I think it's like the geometry with the weird like golden like circuit lines on them or something.
That's what I like about them. Like they look regal, also like futuristic, almost cyberpunk-esque.
Yeah, I like Jason's suit, but I don't like. I like Rocky's suit.
Jason's suit is good. Tommy's also got a really good suit because he's got a star.
Yeah, I like Tom. Well, he is the star, isn't he? So.
Yeah.
Do you remember any specific episodes that you liked? Because I've got a few.
Honestly, no.
Okay, so I remember an episode where they get locked in this like abandoned theater and like movie monsters come out to fight them, and that was pretty. I remember
that sounds like something out of Beetleborgs.
It does. There was this other one that I honestly can't remember the story of the episode, but there's a part right where Skull is actually a really really good piano player, but
yeah,
he's too scared to admit to Bulk because he thinks Bulk will take the piss out of him. But he like admits to Adam, like, yeah, I can do this. I'm too scared.
Yeah, of course. I forgot to mention Bulk and Skull in the previous one, but yeah, they're good.
Yeah, Bulk and Skull are awesome.
Yeah, carry on.
But Adam convinces him to like go on stage in the show and play piano. So Skull goes out on stage playing the piano, and Bulk is there. And at first, Bulk is all like, "Yo, what the fuck is not?" Yeah, Bulk is like, "Yo, what the fuck is this? This is lame." But then Skull starts playing, and Bulk is like, "Oh my god, this is actually beautiful." And
that's what's up.
And then Skull's all like, "What? You don't think it's lame?" And Bulk's like, "Nah, man, this is awesome." And that moment really like, see, when Power Rangers gets it right, it really gets it right.
Character development of those two.
Yeah, I know, right? The only other episode I could specifically remember is the one where they get like trapped on some desert alien planet and forced to fight.
That happens a lot in this series.
Yeah, Bulk and the Rangers, it might just be Tommy and Rocky, get trapped in this like arena and forced to fight. But so do Bulk and Skull somehow. I'm not sure how they get there, and they team up with this like tentacle alien guy who's just like a guy in like a tentacle headpiece, and they actually fight and break free. And I remember that episode being really fun. So, so for me, Zeo goes somewhere between Morphonormal and Lucas tier. I feel like the episodes with character development for Bulk and Skull, I feel like elevated beyond most normal episodes, to be honest. But are a handful of good episodes worth putting it in a good thing? That's my sticking point. But
how memorable are the villains?
Well, the Machine Empire.
Yeah, can they compete with Lord Zed, let alone Radigan?
Well, the Machine Empire was so threatened that they made Lord Zed run away. So, but you have to remember, this is their informed, like, strength. Actually, on screen, they're not that threatening. Like, Zordon tells the Rangers that the cogs, which are the Machine Empire's like mooks, need to be completely dismantled to be beaten. But the Rangers just kick him. So, I think Lord Zed might have been over-exaggerating how scared he was of the Machine Empire. I mean, they've got a whole-ass army, in that grainy stock footage, but as far as villains go, they look kind of cool. And I like the Scottish robot. One of the robots was Scottish for some reason. I liked him. I'm pretty sure the Zords in that the monsters in Zeo grew by the Scottish robot throwing the little robot at the monsters, and then that made the monsters grow. Which is, I guess, it's a step up from Zed throwing grenades at them from space.
Lord Zed's the best. I swear.
I love Lord Zed. I'd probably put it in Lucas tier, to be honest. It's good, but yeah, Lucas tier, do you reckon, then, for Zeo?
My memories of it are literally just a theme song, and it's a very good theme song, and the drip as well. But
and the Pyramid Zord.
I can't really remember anything else. Pyramid Zord was pretty cool, actually.
Yeah.
Music's cool too, but
and it's also
I can't remember dialogue.
And it's worth mentioning as well that at the end of this, we're going to be going through each individual tier and ranking those from like bottom of ooze to top of ooze, and then deciding what the definitive one is. So, okay, so Zeo, Lucas tier. I feel like it's
Lucas tier.
But I feel like it would be at the top, near the top of Lucas tier.
Okay. High Lucas tier. This is Lucas at his best when his head makes contact with the highway pass when he gets thrown by Ranzik.
So here's one I think could either go in Lucas or Ooze tier, to be honest. Turbo. Not a very well liked season, honestly. What do you know of Turbo, Dave?
Redeeming factor. Had Selwyn Ward, first black leader of the Power Rangers.
Yeah.
You love to see it.
You love to Selwyn Ward, who is also the picture of Lucas tier as well. I'm so sorry, Selwyn. You deserve better than this. Those are based purely on facial expressions as well. Like, none of these Rangers are indicative of the tiers they're in. Just saying.
Justin. I'm not feeling Justin at all. I could do without him, to be honest.
I don't find him annoying, and the idea of having a kid grow into a Ranger is kind of cool. At the same time,
I do not like that at all. That creeps me out.
I mean,
also, it's even more like this is already irresponsible that it's sending like these barely grown teenagers into battle. But
I mean,
the preteen, nah, you can't be doing that.
To be fair, he was a quick replacement for Rocky, who just fell out of a boxing ring and broke his neck. And Justin was hiding under the bed when the other Rangers came in to see him. So, I mean,
could have been Skull. Just saying.
Okay, I like the theme song. I'd argue I like the theme song more than Mighty Morphin and Zeo. I think the theme song's awesome. Especially that that part. That part's awesome.
Right.
So I like as far as theme songs go so far, that's the best one. Villains. Divatox has boobs? Yeah. Not enough. Elgar used to legitimately terrify me as a child.
Is it because he had like exposed flesh?
Yeah, and like
how sinewy his head is.
Yeah, and he looks worse in the Sentai. In the Sentai, he looks angrier. Like they actually made him look more docile in his design in the in Power Rangers, and I don't like it. As far as Megazords go, I like the way is it the first one where like in the transformation sequence it's lying down, but when it's finished, it just kind of instantly flips into an upright position. I think
it turn into a bigger vehicle or car, then that just like
I love it. I think the Megazord's awesome.
That's pretty cool. Also, like the bigger one they had afterwards. There was like this bigger one which started out as like 5 separate smaller Megazords.
Yeah,
Or Zords, I should say, but they're all humanoid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that Megazord looks suspiciously similar to one in Lightspeed Rescue as well. Okay. I like the ending where the Rangers actually lose and they go into space, but I'm not sure how I feel about Divatox being the one to finally beat them. Like,
yeah,
that's kind of a downer.
It doesn't seem like a W for the villain. It seems just like a massive L for the heroes.
Yeah. Like.
Also, is there an episode where they get like baked into pizza?
Yes. Yeah, which I love. It's silly, but it's not in a bad. I mean, it's silly, but I could think of worse episodes of Rangers than that. Silly episodes.
Lie. I was directing it. I would have made it so one of those Power Rangers were like, they're like definitely lactose intolerant.
Yeah. We got
straight up kills them. It would have been Justin as well. I'd have killed Justin.
That's
how we'd have left there.
So that's probably all we can say about Turbo, really, isn't it? There's not a lot. I'd put Turbo in Ooze, maybe, but like, honestly, upper Ooze.
It would either be top Ooze or
bottom
Lucas for me.
Let's put it in Ooze for now.
I think it still has its charm.
Yeah, we could put it like.
Don't stress too much about it. It's still early days.
Yeah, okay, let's put an Ooze for now. Okay. In space, arguably oh shit, I've done that. Arguably one of the best, like top 5 easily, maybe even top 3. Yeah. Awesome team all around. I like them all.
Wait, hold up.
I haven't skipped any.
Was it Turbo, where like Bulk and Skull were turned into chimps?
Yes.
They honestly should have used that. Aren't chimps like freakishly strong?
Yeah.
Imagine an episode where they just like completely just like mollywopped. Yeah. Like the villain of the week, because the villain wasn't prepared for chimps.
Yeah, they like decimate them, like.
Yeah.
Okay, in space. I love the team. Even Carlos, who doesn't do as much, has some good episodes. I like the one where Adam comes back and he.
Just about to mention that one. I actually remember that. Yeah.
With his cracked ass morpher that barely works. Theme song. I'd go as far as saying it's the best Power Rangers theme song. Feel free to disagree.
It's definitely up there.
Mainly that part in the second verse where it's all like, "Long live the Power Rangers in space!" Oh, yes. Love it. Yeah, good team. Andros, good leader. TJ coming back as the maybe even, well, he's the co-leader, but you know.
Is that the second command?
Yeah.
Cool. He defers to the alien because they're doing alien stuff. That's fine.
Yeah. What?
Hello.
Hello. I'm recording a video with my friend.
Oh, I hate Mike.
Okay.
What video are you recording?
We're recording like a podcast kind of thing on Power Rangers.
Can I be?
No, because you haven't seen it.
I have.
What do you remember then? Wait. Come here then and speak.
This slimy thing.
Was that your cat?
Or... It was purple, I think.
That was my door. What?
It was this purple thing.
Yeah, Ivan Ooze.
It was in my nightmare.
Yeah.
It was quite scary and purple.
Yeah.
A pink Power Ranger.
Yeah.
I liked the colour.
There's a few of those.
There was a big boulder thing.
This video's going off the rails.
There was a big boulder?
You came roll down the hill.
You sure that wasn't Tom's tank engine?
I don't know.
That was Rusty and the boulder with the face.
Yeah, terrifying.
Yeah, that was Thomas. Yeah.
Winning performance.
Anyway, there was the episode with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which is either good or horrible, depending on your preference.
Yeah, that was the next mutation, right?
Yeah, I've never actually been a big fan of Turtles. Like, the ninja ones, I mean. Like, I've never
in general? Or...
I like them in general. I've just never actually really been into the franchise as...
I like them.
As a thing.
Overall, yeah, I appreciate their addition to the zeitgeist.
Yeah, what do you think of the villains with Astronomer and Ecliptor and the other guys like Dark Spectre? I think the villains are strong, honestly.
Yeah, pretty strong. And you got like that little conflict because obviously Astronomer is spoiler alert versus sister, right?
Yes, Corone.
Yeah. Didn't have that little conflict there, but also Calypso like generally does like appreciate Astonema as like either a daughter or just genuine like friend or whatever.
Yeah, he sees her as a daughter.
Yeah.
Let's not forget the Psycho Rangers. Iconic as fuck. I had the VHS as a child. They are awesome.
That's pretty dope, actually. Yeah, they were cool.
Yeah, I love the Psycho.
Give them a run for the money.
Yeah, arguably some of the best villain designs.
That was like Green Ranger ×5.
Yeah. What do you think of Zane as a Six Ranger? I like his hair.
As far as Six Rangers go, he's not that cool, like relative to like the others, because usually like the Six Ranger always like brings a little bit of spice.
Yeah.
And I was like, Zane's cool, but he's not like cool.
I do like how Andros was just keeping him in a fridge.
He's literally cool.
Yeah. I like the Astro Mega ship as a Zord design. I didn't like the other Zords that much, but I did like the one that uses I think it used like a rocket booster as a weapon, which I think was awesome.
He's like an entire rocket.
Yeah, I like that. I just don't think the Zord designs. I'm not.
I had that as a toy back in the day.
I'm not gonna lie. There are more Zord designs I think I dislike than I actually like in this franchise. Just some of them just don't look that nice to me.
What was that one called? The one of the, because I thought it was only like 3 anyway, wasn't there?
There was the Delta.
There was like that one.
There was the Delta
Zane's,
one.
I think.
Yeah,
was the Delta one the one that had like the rocket on it? It had like Apollo 11, whatever.
I swear, like Delta one was the one where its head was like a triangle or something. Like it had like a.
Is that Zane's one?
It might have been, yeah.
Everyone was made of like individual like spaceships that combined, right?
Yeah, I believe so. But I just think the Astro one was cool because the Astro Megazord was literally just their home base but turned into a giant mecha. Like, oh, I love it.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. It made for a nice change from the other ones.
Yeah. As far as
think of the ending, I thought the ending, self-contained, was really good, but just like created like a lot of like, why does evil still exist?
Yeah, at the time, all evil was gone, and Rip Zordon. Andros did nothing wrong. Andros did nothing wrong.
What's that thing that people used to say about Epstein? Epstein
didn't kill himself.
Zordon didn't kill himself.
Oh dear. Yeah.
It was an inside job.
Christ. Yeah. So yeah, that's probably all we can say for In Space, isn't it? Really good show. Really good ending to the Zordon era. I'd say. Top tier. Yeah. Good story, good villains, good team, good suit designs. The morphin sequence has album tracks on there for some strange reason. Tighten Up, Reality Gangster. That. Yeah. I
like the little morphers they had. I remember I had like a toy.
Yeah, I used to have one. When they like key in different like numbers, and then it was like 3, 4, and then that one time he got a battleizer just by like typing in some other code that I'm not sure.
He got like really buff. Like just gave him steroids.
Yeah, he had like plastic abs or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd put Space in almost as good as Jetman, honestly. Like I'd put it up there. So yeah, do we agree on that, or do you think it's more phenomenal?
I agree. It's In Space.